What's going on, everyone, and welcome into Expected Bets, for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got Gretzky Betskis and Franco the Banker. Guys, we are finally done.
Yeah.
This is our last team preview. As much as this year was a grind, let's not forget 2 seasons ago, the hour episodes. Never. We are never doing that again.
No.
This
32 hours of recording.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
As I say, this year was much more enjoyable. We were able to just kind of speed through episodes. So, and I feel like, especially for the audience, straight to bets majority of the time. So,
I honestly don't know how we took an hour looking back at it.
Because Gator let me and you go off the rails.
Yeah.
you guys just really wanted to talk about the Islanders and the Blackhawks for an hour.
Let's talk about the Islanders for an hour.
Yeah. All right. Last team, the Winnipeg Jets. Last year, they went 56-22-4. They had 116 points, leading the Central Division. They were able to make some progress, though, in the playoffs. They won in the first round, but lost in the second round to the Dallas Stars. Franco, the bad news, though, is despite this team wanting to build, they lost Ehlers, and they're currently dealing with a ton of injury issues before the season even started.
Yeah, I actually saw a tweet yesterday breaking down all the pieces they're missing to start the season. Adam Lowry, their captain, big-time penalty killer, checking guy, really, like their second, third line center, but just like the heartbeat of the team, 4 to 6 weeks for him. That's pretty brutal. Dylan Sandberg as well, big physical defenseman. Again, not absolute star player, but a key cog in what Winnipeg wants to do. 6 to 8 weeks for him. Newly acquired Jonathan Toews, already day-to-day. We'll see if he's going to be ready for the first game or the first week, And then in the last preseason game, Cole Perfetti goes down, and now they're looking at a week-to-week injury for him. So, I mean, that's a significant chunk of the season, like especially if Perfetti goes into that 4 to 6 week number like Lowry is. That's 3 pieces that are pretty important for this team, at least for the backbone of this team, that you're going to miss for almost a quarter of the season. So we'll see what happens, but that hurts.
Yeah, especially for a team that lost one of their top forwards to the free agency this year in Nikolai Ehlers. So I'm sure this is a team that was really hoping for Perfetti to take that next step up, because the signing of Gustav Nyquist ain't the Band-Aid for Ehlers exactly. So losing him really kind of kills this depth scoring. I'm just looking at last year's point totals, and can you name me the top 4 point scorers on this team? In order,
it's
pretty easy.
It's pretty Scheifele, Velarde, Connor.
Yep, and then Morrissey's the 4th, but
Morrissey. I wasn't thinking about.
Yeah, because Ehlers missed them. Well, actually, wait. This isn't showing me Ehlers because he's on Carolina now, and that's how the NHL.com does it.
Yeah,
so
I mean, how much did Ehlers miss? I know Ehlers always misses.
Yeah. And Velarde missed 10 games. Perfetti was number 5 on this list with 50 points. So it's a big drop off from Connor with 97, Mark Scheifele with 87 to your next best guys. And I don't know, without that depth scoring, this starts to get a little scary, even though I will say this is a team that's been it's kind of a one-line team in a lot of ways too. So
yeah, Ehlers missed 13 games last year. And
how many points did he have?
I want to say 63.
Okay, so then he would have been 3rd.
Yeah, 60. Looking at this correct. Yeah, 63. Yeah, I mean, Betsky, what? Jonathan Toews? Question mark?
I could not believe that.
What?
Why would he come out of retirement to,
Because he's from there.
It's bizarre, though, man. I
can't imagine just sitting around watching the playoffs and watching Winnipeg almost lose to St. Louis and then be like, you know what? I'm going to save them. I can fix this.
Yeah, I'm the difference maker.
Yeah.
Let me return to my
Look at me.
17th
Look at me.
season.
Why not?
I'm the
Why not?
captain
Like,
now.
I'll go to Colorado or Edmonton. Like that would make more
Yeah.
sense. Like if I was sitting at home on the couch and like, I'm gonna come back.
Well, you're not from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like at his second house and he's like, oh, like the rink's right around the corner. Maybe I'll go play for the Jets this season. He's like, 5-minute drive. Sure, I'll have my car and go practice. I'm pretty bored up here. Yeah, I'm gonna go sign with the Jets. Yeah, I mean it's
right now. Look at the depth, man. I mean, the center depth is brutal without Lowry. The wing depth now without Perfetti is. Where's the scoring coming from? I mean, besides who we know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Winnipeg's in Manitoba. I'll just clear up my geography snafu right there.
We'll have to have a Canadian geography episode before the season starts then.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe during the Olympic break. We can try to figure out which provinces are up there. Looking at their team futures, 97.5 points on DraftKings, 98.5 points on FanDuel. Just a reminder, they did have 116 last year. I think everyone's in the same boat of we expect them to regress, but they're still minus 275 to make the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're closer to these other teams we've been talking about than they are to
I do too.
A minus 250 or minus 270 to make the playoffs. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think there's more value on plus 210 to miss the playoffs for this team. If they do get out to a slow start with injury issues and then maybe some more happen, it just kind of compiles and the season gets away from this team real quick.
It's just hard with Hellebuck in net. I feel like he can steal you so many games if he continues to be. Seems like he's just been on a run in the regular season, especially.
Yeah,
he's one of the only elite goaltenders, like the truly elite goaltenders in the league, right? Like it's like him, Shesterkin, and
Bob.
Say his name.
Maybe Bob.
It's Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after the playoff performances he's had.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's not.
But Vasilevsky used to be there, but he's kind of gone away.
But then it's like everybody else is just like you can. Yeah. Any given game, you never know what you're really going to get. So.
Yeah. Any team futures for you, Franco?
You know what? Like after talking about these other teams and kind of the excitement around them, I'll take a sprinkle on them to miss the playoffs. It's probably not going to hit because they're just going to find a way to get in like they have the last few years. But it seems like the bottom's kind of fallen out a little bit with these injuries. And if they have another injury, like if Connor goes down, if Scheifele goes down, if Velarde, who has missed time in the past, goes down, like this gets really, really ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of those guys missing any sort of time really tanks his team. I think the defense is a little bit more injury proof. It's pretty solid. It's pretty deep. I mean, there's not too many. It kind of reminds me of like Dallas's defense, but maybe a little bit better on the like two-way guys. But if Morrissey were to miss a bunch of time, I wouldn't be pissing myself. But if Connor goes out, just see ya. Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at this market today. Fewest goals allowed in the regular season. Winnipeg Jets are the favorites at 4-1. So again, they're just expecting kind of the same old Winnipeg Jets here. Another Hellebuck wins his third Vezina in a row.
Man,
and this decor kind of carries him.
I mean, how long can they stay in that and it continue to work, right?
Yeah. I mean,
all the other teams are getting better around them.
Yeah.
What happens with the Olympics here too for Hellebuck? What if Ottinger like takes it from him? Does it just shatter him? Or what if he does start for Team US and sucks ass?
He was good in the Four Nations face-off, though. I thought he was decent, and he was better in the postseason last year after his struggles leading up to that. Yeah,
a little bit.
Olympics could wear
him down. At home, he was.
Could wear
him down. Those splits, the home and away splits of like he was like had like a 1 point .06 goals against average at home, and then on the road it was like 3 or 4, and you're just like,
Yep.
what happened?
And don't forget, I mean, they're missing Lowry, who's, top penalty killing center as well. Their shutdown guy. So
yeah, I don't want that. I don't want them the lowest goals in the league. But
yeah, no.
Any awards? I'm assuming we're not taking them to win the division, conference, or Stanley Cup, right? We're just going to cross those three out.
I can't trust Hellebuyck enough to take the conference. I won't take the division because of the injuries. I would rather take the conference than the division, but
it's a gauntlet, man. The West is just
so I know
as it is.
But if they get healthy and get a nice deadline acquisition, and Hellebuyck goes full Bennington mode after Four Nations, but as after the Olympics, then I could see them winning the conference.
Don't you feel like this is another team that struggles to get like a key deadline acquisition?
Well, the nice thing with the deadline is they can trade for it, so the person doesn't have a choice.
I guess that's true.
Free agencies
unless it's a guy with a no trade clause or no movement.
But but even if you're like an upcoming UFA with a no trade, and you're like, oh, okay,
Winnipeg, send me to Winnipeg.
But again, like, do they want to do that? Do they want to do what Carolina's done every year? Getting Gensel and losing him, and getting Renton and losing him. I feel like you have to, but
they have made a move. They've been one of the better teams in NHL continuously, but it's like, at what point do you just push all your chips in the middle and try to compete for a Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
they have to.
They're going to have to eventually. Any awards? Hellebuyck to win the Vezina is 4-1.
All right, I think if you want to get in the Vezina market, you have to have a Hellebuyck ticket, right?
At 4-1, you can sprinkle others too. It opens
Pretty
more
awesome
opportunity. Yeah.
Now, he's not my favorite. I talked about this during Dallas. I really like Ottinger for the odds you get him at this year. I just don't know out of those other elite goalies which ones I trust enough, especially to get the amount of wins that Ottinger could potentially get. It could be kind of like the Swayman Allmark Bruins if this team just is absolutely rolling now after we talked about it. I kind of forgot how old Duchesne and Sagan are, but I think Hellebuyck having these types of odds really allows you to play in this market, and especially if there's an injury, he could really become the favorite if Ottinger or Sturgeon or somebody goes down, or if he goes down, one of those other guys could skyrocket up.
Yeah, agreed. Franco, are you on the Hellebuyck Vezina ticket as well?
I just don't like the price, but I understand the logic. To me, Vezina, I think I'm just going to wait in season, see how it's kind of rolling, see if somebody looks hot, like to start the season, and maybe grab him at a good number and try to fade Hellebuyck, if anything.
That Vezina market's wide open after Hellebuyck. It's crazy some of the odds you can get there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
agreed. Well, if anything, that's why I would take one of those guys now that you hope gets hot, and then take Hellebuyck mid-season. You may even be able to get a better price on him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Especially if they struggle out the gates with all the injuries.
Yep.
Player futures, Kyle Connors at 33.5 goals. He had 41 last season. His points is at 82.5. He had 97 last season, played a full year. Hellebuyck's at 33.5 wins. Last season, he had 47. I know we talked about the goalie wins of the workload's going to be more balanced. Like we just talked about Utah, of kind of thinking Vechmelka is going to go under after playing, 58, 56 games last season.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Hellebuyck, that's not the case. He played 63 last year. He's probably still going to play around 60, 58, 59 this season. I think he hits, it's at 65.5, excuse me. But I think he hits that this season. Like you said, he's going to steal a few games for this team to deserve to win. He should be able to hit 36 wins this year.
That's really scaring me for the Vezina market. That is a huge drop off.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think he should be able to do that. I mean, that seems pretty like a slam spot, right?
yeah. I'm going through the goalie props right now, and the only trying to find this. I thought Hellebuck had the most wins, but goalie wins here. Aiden Hill, yeah, 30. Shesterkin at 31.5. Bobrovsky at 31.5. Blackwood at 31.5. So yeah, Hellebuck at 35.5 is the most wins of any goalie that they're projecting, and they're not the best team either. I think it's purely based on just number of games he's going to start this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Kyle Connor's points or goals?
I don't mind his goals. Again, I think this offense is super concentrated. So I think you look at Connor, you look at Scheifele, props, and move on, really, if you're looking at any kind of points or goal totals.
Yep.
Yeah. I had one, Gabe Velarde, 70-plus points, plus 490 on FanDuel, plus 450 on DraftKings. Was hurt last year in March with an upper body injury, so he missed a few games. He only played 71 games, but he did have 61 points during that span. Returned to the playoffs to be on that top line with Scheifele and Connors. He's going to remain there this season. He's on that first power play unit. Just agreed to a new contract, $45 million over 6 years. I think there's no doubt that he can continue to grow with 61 last year in 71 games. If he stays healthy, I think he can hit 70-plus points this year at plus 490. I'm willing to sprinkle on that one for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I was just
That price
comparing.
is really nice.
Yeah, that price is really good for him, for sure. I was comparing the Scheifele odds. So I saw on FanDuel is minus 200 for 30 goals. He's minus 120 for 30 goals on DraftKings. I think it's a pretty big price difference there. I don't love laying a minus 120 for a future, but this is a guy that had 39 goals last year, 25 the year before, 42, and then 29. So he's always right up around 30 every single year. That price difference is pretty significant, minus 200 to minus 120. I don't mind that.
Yeah. No, I like that too. Any other futures for the Winnipeg Jets?
There's one other one that caught my eye, and this would definitely be wait till the season begins. But Brad Lambert for the Calder plus 7,500. I'm kind of shocked he's not on the roster right now with Perfetti. I mean, even with Perfetti being in, I'm kind of shocked he hasn't like stolen the spot. So you definitely want to make sure he's playing. But if this is a team that needs offense, and Lambert's just a hot wheeler, so I remember last training camp, it looked like he was going to break the roster and probably have a solid season, but it never happened. He's had 90 points in his last 2 AHL seasons for 195 games. So that's getting close to a point per game as a 21-year-old in the AHL. I don't know how much is in one season versus the other, but this was the kid that was going to be like top 5 in the 2021 NHL draft, but kind of had a bad season in Finland where, of course, he's playing against men. His draft year, he probably should never have gone to Finland, but yeah, I'm going to kind of watch out for that. If he gets on the roster now with the injuries and then, is on the top power play unit or top 6, that starts to really get interesting.
Yeah, that's a great call. All right, Franco.
That's obviously
else?
just a sprinkle, but
yeah.
As
Franco,
of
any
5
others for
hours ago, 5 hours ago, he's still on the team. They need to cut one more player, so we could be looking at this, and he will be on the team going into the season. We'll see.
Yeah,
definitely a player to watch. All right, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to today's episode of Expected Bets 4. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can also follow us on social media at Expected Bets 4 on Twitter and on Instagram. Once more, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching all of our team previews this year. The NHL season has officially started, so get ready for some live streams, and we will talk to you then. What's going on, everyone? The NHL season is almost here, and we have something special for all the fans and bettors out there.
Yeah, right now, if you click the link in our description, you can get the full Tails package for $40 off. That is by using code SEASON25, and you can get our package that's normally $120 just for $80.
Yeah. In addition to that, you'll also get access to our one-stop shop betting guide loaded with team, player, individual team breakdowns, all the futures you could possibly want. So be sure to click that link in the description to sign up now.
Yeah, it's like ChatGPT put in an Excel sheet for you so you can rip through all of those future props. Again, make sure you're liking and subscribing all the Expected Bets for video content as well to help us grow. And we can't wait to be smacking in some parlays and straights with you all season long.